Did that work for you?
We're live. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hey,
Still.
everyone. Great to see you all. How are we all doing this evening?
Pretty good.
Yeah, all good.
I've just realised you're not Stu, Ed. You're Ed. There we go. That's better. I had you with my name and me as your... Yeah, we're all sorted. We're all sorted now. Yeah, fantastic. So we've got Ed with us.
Hello.
Ed, very calm. He's not on red alert.
Well, look, when you're in command, you're always on red alert.
Hey.
See, I misheard that. I said, Ed's fine, he's not a murderer. And I was like, was there a point that Ed was a murderer? Yeah.
Quiet, Davok.
What?
Oh, fantastic. We have Usher with us. How you doing, Usher?
Salutations. I'm doing well. Doing well. How are you guys?
Excellent. Hello, Captain Quinn. Captain Quinn's with us. Is mentioning a little bit of echo from you, Matt. Is your Twitch muted?
I haven't got Twitch open.
Okay. So it's not that then. Okay, it might just be the room you're in.
Yeah, Matt is currently playing from work.
Yeah.
Are you using the microphone from your headset? Okay.
Okay. Not to worry. Not to worry. We have Amy. Hi, Amy.
Hello.
Got your hair tied up tonight?
Yes. Away it goes.
Not such
day.
a mad mop head today.
No.
And joining us from work. Working man. You don't see many of those about these days. We have Matt.
Like what?
Good evening. Every evening.
It is evening. It's definitely evening.
I'm losing day and night cycles, so no idea.
There aren't an awful lot of windows in that office from the looks of it. So
There is quite a large one over there, but no, nice brick walls to complement my ignoring them because they're behind me all day.
Fantastic. Now, Usher, I wanted to ask you a question before we get going, because obviously you're from America, and we all know where the Big Apple is. Obviously, as an American, do you know where the Mini Apple is?
you mean Minneapolis, Minnesota?
So I heard that joke during the week, and I had to do it.
Is that what you were referring to?
That was it. Yeah, that was it.
Oh,
that was
okay.
That was the extent of the joke. Anyway,
I do know. I do in fact know where Minneapolis is.
I don't.
Though it's interesting, we did that thing on Fox's Discord not too long ago where we like took the blank map of like Europe and Britain and tried to like point everything out. I tried to do it with the United States, and I like completely forgot a couple states. Just like completely forgot about like Iowa, like whatever.
Iowa and Wisconsin.
I heard people from Iowa completely forget about Iowa.
It's what we like to call a flyover state.
Yeah.
I think, wasn't it Iowa? It was the guy that named it said it was like a Native American word for like beautiful country, and actually he just made it up. Like, it wasn't actually anything. He just said, "Is this?" And they were like, "Oh yeah, let's call it that."
That sounds very American to lie about something like that.
It's your finger, you fool.
And Captain Quinn has pointed out, and I was about to as well. Captain Kirk, of course, was from Iowa.
Who cares? Who cares about that guy?
Well, no, the Chris
Quinn,
Pine one is from Iowa as well. Not just Shatner, not just the Shat.
Who's actually Canadian.
Oh, that is. They are from.
Canadian.
It was from Iowa, but they also had like. I'm gonna have to look it up because I remember the new in the what do they call it, the Abrams verse or whatever. Those the original one did the like Iowa opening cutscene where they had like sabotage plan and he's running the cars and stuff like that. But they also had like a massive like space station building place out there, like the shipyards were out there. And so it's that.
We may as well build ships in it.
Yeah, I mean, is that canon for Star Trek? Like Iowa is where they build a lot of the starships?
It is for the Kelvin timeline, yeah, the
Okay.
JJ verse, but not for the original canon. No, the Constitution class was built at Utopia Planitia, I believe.
No, San Francisco Fleet Yard was the original.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
The Defiant was built at Utopian, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Oh, that's right. Yes, no, it was San Francisco because the original Connie was manufactured in San Francisco, but assembled in space because it couldn't take off from.
I would imagine
ground.
a lot of those ships would need to be assembled in space, just for the sheer size of them.
Yeah, I think it's only the sort of Abraham's verse that they sort of built them and presumably just flew off. But yeah,
just
why not?
The rule of cool.
I don't have Twitch up either. We're running that other thing, and we're running Zoom, and I'm scared to turn on Twitch as well. Because if I turn on Twitch, my computer might just start like lifting off itself. So
he doesn't have the power, Captain.
It really does not.
Phone for Twitch.
My computer might be able to handle it. My internet would just like, it would just be like this. It would just be, boop, and that's all I got.
Screen.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, obviously it was a shorter episode last week, and we ended mid.
Sorry.
Oh no. Real life always takes precedent. Just glad everything was manageable. But yeah, we ended like in quite a moment, really. Let's have our usual log as a catch up.
Yes.
Yes, if we can find it.
Yes.
Are you busy, Doctor?
No. Yes.
And to fill in a bit of time, I will point out that this week's log will be presented by our very own Lieutenant Commander Bosh, the Chief Medical Officer, in fact, of the Livingston itself, Matt.
Interesting trivia facts about Bosh
But first, a brief summary of the entire rules of acquisition.
Yes.
Why?
Rule number 1.
Oh, no, it starts at rule 0. It starts at rule
Davok will
0.
now lead us all in song.
It's rule 0 that you don't talk about the rules of acquisition. And
The
everyone
first
just
rule of
forgets it.
acquisition is you just don't talk about the rules of acquisition.
Maybe Mr. Davok could lead us in a round robin sing-along of The Laughing Vulcan and His Dog.
Exactly. We also have show and tell of our plants that we did earlier before this came up, so we can do that as well.
I was going to have a walk in the Arboretum later, yeah.
Chief Medical Officer's log. Sorry, computer, I don't think you're working properly. No, Chief Medical Officer's log. Lieutenant Commander Bosh recording. Stardate 57146.0. Rule of acquisition 62. The riskier road, the greater the profit. This should be the most profitable mission in history of the galaxy by that logic. No doubt, no doubt these Valel federations will find a way to prevent us making too much profit, though. It's all about reputation and the greater good with these people, except Varren. He's different. Still, I'm along for the ride, it seems, and Ruler's Action 69 tells us Frankie are not responsible for the stupidity of others, especially Varren, as long as I'm not presented with the bill either. As far as, so far, we've encountered Romulans and Klingons infected with the neural parasites, fought them off only to discover that some Romulans might not be our enemies after all. We even had a Klingon Defence Force officer along a short while ago. It seems to be the guest of some humans that abducted me. I've still got no idea why, although these questions about transferring psychic abilities to non-psychic races, intriguing and quite possibly profitable. No sooner has the Livingston arrived at the Moana system to hunt down the queen of these parasites, as well as the Iconian Gateway, which could also prove to be profitable if I can get my hands on it. And then that Fraxing Romulan warbird decloaked in front of us, firing its disruptors. War may be good for business, according to Rule of Actions 34, but scrits is certainly not good for my health or well-being.
Thank you very much.
So we can all agree that that was all the rules of acquisition that we need to listen to tonight, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay.
We've heard your quota.
So many Ferengi swear words
shelves in
there.
the background to keep more copies of it.
Excellent. So we were, this Romulan warbird has decloaked in front of you all and started firing its disruptors. We've had a few moves in, done some evasive actions, last
we need to figure out which way we're
We were
all going to
going
lead
to-
whenever we're going to get hit by something. So it looks like the
Oh, yeah.
just
Someone needs
left.
to do,
It's all
like,
left.
directions or something.
It's all left. Just
Left.
Go
If I remember
clockwise. Go clockwise.
Oh, wait. I'm
That way.
yay! We can go away. This is stupid.
This is getting very
Why do
silly.
people watch this shit?
I don't know.
If
Ask
I
your
recall,
sister.
No, that's a good point.
if I remember correctly, I believe we were going to spend momentum to allow Varren to take the next turn before you used to, and do some shooty things.
Yeah, we'd gone evasive, making it harder to hit. Duck, dodge, dip, dive, and dodge. And then we'd done some scanning, and we'd found its crucial dangly parts. And now we were going to let Varren go full guns on the aforesaid Romulan spaceship dangly parts.
If you can dodge a spanner, you can dodge a Romulan warbird.
Hold it by the nose and kick it in the nuts.
Just to remind you, you currently have 3 momentum, whereas I have this massive stack of 6 threat.
Okay.
Just so
I
you're
don't
aware.
remember.
So you want to spend a momentum to keep the...
Yes, I believe we have to spend 2.
It's 2 to keep the initiative. You can only do it
And then
once, though, so we can't chain it up and all have a go. We've got to at least give Stu one.
Yeah.
Go. Last.
Well,
We can do this one
bear in
time.
mind, you get in each round, you get 1 turn per scale of your ship. Now, obviously, the Deredex is scale 6, so it gets 6 turns in each round. Remind me what the Livingston is?
Well, we get
47.
4, 4 players, though we are only scale 3 as a ship. Because there's 4 players, we get 4 rounds, and the Romulan gets 6.
Well, actually, I'm going to say that the Livingston, normally the Defiant class would be scale 3, but the Livingston is actually a bit bigger than a
Because
scale
we had to
4.
make room for that citation ops that we put in.
Yeah. Hey, Cetacean Ops, we have you brainwashed at last.
I just think it's like I just feel like if we're gonna have this cool ship, but no dolphins, what the hell?
Cetacean Ops, the water's lovely.
Exactly.
So the Livingston is actually scale 4. So there you go.
Okay.
We've in this round, both ships have so far taken 2 turns, but you want to take your 3rd turn straight away.
I guess so. If we are targeting the Romulan dangly bits, as was said, God, I just feel so weird saying that. How does that? I don't really remember what rolls I need to make for the ship. I don't think I actually have a copy of the ship's PDF.
First of all, let's just ascertain what our range is to it. Is it close, medium, or long range?
You are close range, so
Close
there is
range.
no worry about anything being out of range.
Yeah. So if you check on the Livingston Starship Registry or its stat sheet, best thing for close range is actually the phaser cannons, because should we actually manage a hit, we get to roll 9 effect dice, cool effect dice, when we do our damage. It's really, really tasty. And it has the phaser cannons are ideally close range, which means there's no negative or there's no increasing difficulty to hit beyond the range they're most adapted to. So it'll still be a If Varren's shooting, that will be a fire weapon, which is a difficulty 2 if it's an energy
2.
weapon.
Yeah,
Control security assisted by the ship's weapons and security.
that is
Weapons
correct.
and security.
So it's my security versus plus the assisted by the ships.
That's right. Yeah. So it's your control and security.
All right, so that'll be 15 for me.
And the ship's weapons and security are 17.
Okay.
And
Would you want to roll for the
2.
ship, Ed?
It would be my pleasure to roll 1 for the ship.
Right.
Well, I got
Good
an
point.
8.
Is Ensign Amy still on sick leave?
Yes, on the famous desert planet Rhodes. At the moment.
Where
Hello.
we're going, we don't need roads.
She doesn't need Rhodes.
Okay.
Now, remind me, focuses only work. It doesn't actually help with
Periodically,
anything.
they release an album once a year.
Yeah. You motherfucker. Don't
Focus Zero.
you
Search him
keep
on
that shit
Spotify.
out of here.
At least the doctor can help you with that sick burn.
Hey. What focus did you have in mind?
Specifically, I have Starship weapon systems.
Oh,
Yeah, that would definitely
Yeah.
apply.
Like I feel like that's a pretty apropos one, but
that's pretty much gunnery officer, isn't it?
I don't think that's going to matter too much because I got an 8 and a 12, so those are 2 successes right there.
Cool. She's got a 12 to add into that. So
Awesome, 3 successes.
And a momentum.
3 successes. You get a momentum back.
Lovely. So we only
hit.
technically spent 1 on that maneuver, which is pretty cool. Okay.
So, you need to roll your damage. Now, this is... do we add security to the damage dice when it's a ship?
I don't think. I think because we did the ship via the Modifius site, it does all the calculations for us. So 9 effect dice is what it gets.
And so I'm going to roll 9d6. Is that what I'm rolling? Okay,
That's
I'm going to dice roller for that. Hang
That
on.
sounds like a nice amount of D6.
Let me do this one. D6. Okay.
Mike has suggested you do extra damage with your momentum.
Yes. Also, you can use the momentum to re-roll any of these damage dice. So
I'm going to leave that up to the ship's captain. I'm happy to just fire that shit. Whether you want to do extra damage, you're more than welcome to, Ed. That's on you.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'd say roll them up first, and then we can see what we need to spend.
All right. I got a 4. Well, should I just count them out for you?
Okay. First of all, I'm just going to slightly interrupt here. I think the weapons that we're using have the versatile 2 quality, which means that if the attack is successful, and it is, we get 2 bonus points of momentum, but we can't save it into the group pool, so we have to use it in this attack. Okay. Or it
In
goes.
which case, okay.
So we do have essentially 4 momentum, 2 of which will evaporate unless we use it in this attack. Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. All right. So remind me again how the score works, because I'm happy to just read out the numbers for you. But
okay.
right.
1 counts as 1 is a 1, 2 is 2, 3 and 4s are blank, 5s and 6s are 1s with an effect if necessary, but ours don't have, phaser cannons don't have any effect that you would add on.
all right. In which case, I got 2 5s, 1 6, and 2 1s.
2 5s,
5s, 6,
1 6.
So 5 points.
5. Okay, I would say, based on the fact that we've got, essentially you've got 4 dice there that came up blank, 3s and 4s.
They were straight 4s.
Okay.
All of them.
In that case, we spend 1 momentum, and you can re-roll all those 4 that didn't score anything and see if we get anything better. Okay?
Okay, I'll do that. Now rolling 46. We got 3 more points of damage.
5, 6, 7, 8. Very nice.
Hey.
Okay. And based on the resistance of the Romulan warbird, how much has gone through with that? Because then we can spend extra to actually do a solid hit on it.
Well, it's got resistance 6.
Okay.
So we only did 2 damage.
So that's 2 off the shields. The shields are 14.
Jesus.
Yeah. Big and solid.
We're going to be at this for a while, boys.
You need to disable them shields.
Well, bearing in mind that we...
no, you've got penetrating, so sorry. That means you avoid 2 resistance. So actually it is...
we did 4?
4
Excellent.
off the shields.
In that case, if we spend 1 momentum to do 1 bonus damage, that causes 5 damage, which basically counts as an injury to the Romulan ship, which means it
Can injure the ship.
one of its rounds.
Would you like to do that with your other evaporating
Yes.
momentum?
Absolutely.
You absolutely
Basically,
do
the momentum that those cannons have gained us for this attack have basically got a decent shot in and basically destabilized its shields, which means it's only going to have...
You can't move and not tell us to move.
5 rounds this turn.
We all have to move, remember?
I'm glad you're in charge.
Yeah.
You know what you're
So
doing?
shields are down to 9. We're using simplified combat rules in terms of breaches. So normally, like in the more complicated, I would roll a dice to see what system is affected by the breach. But we're simplifying it. It's going to be engine.
Engine?
With an engine breach, what happens when you get an engine breach? The ship
You have to send
loses
somebody
2
to the
power.
warport.
Not quite in this instance. That can happen later on. But no, the ship loses 2 of its power. If you get more breaches than its scale, so if you get 7 breaches, it's bye-bye.
Okay,
and
interesting.
If you bring its shields down, a hit is an automatic breach.
Okay.
So let's just keep berating its shields. I feel like keeping it in close range and hitting it with 9 damage dice at once is a great way to break through that resistance.
Do we get to keep moving while we're shooting, or is it a static?
Well, essentially, we are. It's imagining that this is sort of theatrical, cinematic. We are still moving and shooting, and we're on. Obviously, we are taking evasive action, which basically increases the difficulty to hit by 1 for the Romulan until it rolls around and the con officer has another go. Which you can just do evasive action again, or you could go offensive or whatever. So yeah, you can just get basically the con officer's role there basically is a debuff to the opposition. And then the science officer buffs us, and then Usher hits it in the...
Nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really happy that we chose our captain as a guy that plays war games for a fucking living and paints miniatures of just war games. Because like, I got D&D background, but all that shit that you just said in that last 5 minutes, I had understood none of it.
The other option is to get Varren in an EV suit, strap him to the front of the Livingston, and he can headbutt the Romulans.
I'm so 100% down for that.
Oh dear. Right. So, but you know what happens next, don't you?
They go, I'm assuming.
They have a go, and the first thing they're going to do. Sorry, I should have prepared what I was going to do with the minor
What am I
action.
listening to?
Yep, not a lot with the minor action. They are instead just going to fire their disruptors. So this is a difficulty 3 roll. So I'm going to spend 2 momentum to add to that.
All right, which way are we going to brace and move, guys?
D20.
We're going to go this way?
Left, I think. Everyone go to your left.
My left or your left?
As you're looking at your screen. This one.
We're gonna go this way.
That's
so
my
everyone's.
Am I in the same?
All right, you need to go right then. You need to go right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's how we're gonna go whenever we get hit. It's just.
Or we can just maneuver hard.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
Oh,
It's like Tokyo Drift. You just like. Because you get tire screeches in space, right? I read that somewhere.
You can handbrake turn with a starship.
How do you think Ed got that?
So
That's not good.
the crewman gets a success.
Okay.
I bought the
Bracing.
extra dice with the threat. The other 3 dice, I wanted a 12 or below. And I got a 19, so close to a complication, a 13, and a 1.
Oh,
You've been
there's
hit!
Managed.
Let us see how much damage this is actually going to do
We
to
need
you.
to
Oh
add
my
fucking
goodness.
sound effects to this.
This
Be like,
is
pew,
going
pew.
to be all the dice. So I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 d6. 10
we did-
d6. And do you know what? I'm gonna buy another dice with
No, you're not.
threat.
That's right. you've
11
wasted all the threat.
d6.
You can't buy it. You can re-roll them. You can add to your D12s. You can't add to your D6s.
Oh, can you not? Right, I'll take one out and I'll re-roll them.
You can use threat to re-roll them though.
Right. Okay.
He was trying to cheat
Yes.
right there.
So this has the vicious attribute.
Mockery.
So
We'll
that
sit down.
is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. And
We have
yeah,
resistance.
let
So they
us
did 6
re-roll
damage to us.
2
Oof.
blanks. So I was spending 2 threat to re-roll the 2 blanks.
Guys, we're gonna get an injury.
And
Probably
you
like
get
evading.
1 more, so that's 12. 12. What's your resistance?
5.
So you did
5.
6 or
7.
7 damage.
So knock 7 off your shields.
and we take an injury.
And you have an engine breach. Now, you can use a minor action to address the engine breach, I believe.
Send Davok
Amy,
out.
get going. Get going, Amy.
Why?
Or-
I don't. What have I got to do with engines? I'm an astrophysicist.
Just to remind you, if you send Amy off to do it, then you lose the piercing.
No, we're absolutely not going to send Amy. We're going to send that idiot kid that we picked up in the first mission.
Oh,
I'm a
Derek.
doctor, damn it, not an astrophysicist.
Oh, poor Derek.
Yeah, Derek. Send Derek to the engine.
All right, I'll go and patch up the wall core with a bit of blacktop, I think, won't I?
Oh, dear. We are back around to your go.
I don't think the GM liked my impression of Derek.
I thought it was brilliant.
Right.
Good
So are
luck,
we
Derek.
addressing this engine problem?
I don't know.
How
So
do we do
what
that?
are you, Captain, what are we doing?
Well, we can attempt to regenerate shields. We can get someone to do control and engineering, assisted by structure and engineering. And it's a difficulty 1, unless we're at 0 shields, which we're not, fortunately. And if we're successful, we regain 2 points of shields plus 2 momentum.
Is that a full round action or is that a minor action?
That's basically that's an action. That's a thing.
Mm.
So it's that
Okay.
or fire. Or you can spend your momentum to keep the initiative, of course.
Spin a momentum to
yeah,
run
so we can-
away.
Well, we
I
could,
mean,
we
that
could
would be good.
patch up the shields and then spend the initiative, spend momentum to have another blat at them.
Although, actually, no, you've only got 1 more turn this round, and this is it. So I
Yeah.
don't think you can on this occasion.
I think that, so in that case, I think regenerating the shields would be best. Maybe shouting down to engineering and getting the chief engineer to get the shields back online.
Now we do have. We'll get momentum. Will we lose that momentum in this round?
No, momentum stays because of the scene, but it's the only momentum we lose is the one from the phase cannons.
Okay.
Obviously, when they shoot, we have to use that straight away.
Exactly. So I just imagine like you lift the manhole cover that's like underneath us. You literally just yell down,
Sonia, shields!
and then you look and she's just like in the crawl space below the ship, and it's just like, I'm right here.
With lots of broken tricorders. I'm trying to.
Where do they keep coming from?
I found
They're in the
Bosh's
walls,
secret,
Captain.
I found Bosh's secret hideaway of all the tricorders he's broken. He's put them under your seat.
I like the idea that like she runs and goes like open the hatch to like do something. They just pour out.
Like tribbles.
Yeah, exactly.
I think maybe if we do that, but maybe if we get as it's a patching something up job, maybe if we could get Matt to portray Sonia Gomez in this, and then if it goes wrong, we've all had a go making it go badly wrong.
Okay.
So we will need.
I mean, just to remind you, after this go, the Didaridex is taking 3 goes.
The Didaridex being
The big fucking ship.
Would it be better, just throwing an idea out here, that we try and pull off a substantial attack and then speak to them?
Oh, do you think like
Voice
give
of
them
the peace-loving Vulcans there.
Because we just want to scare them a little bit.
Another crippling blow?
Yeah, and then opening frequencies for hailing.
Well, we did quite well last time, didn't we? We think another shocking punch.
Yeah, because my only thought is if we're only repairing a couple of points in our shield, and that attack was quite large last time, I don't know.
In this case, I'm happy to let Matt roll it so he's been able to do something this time. I'll just tell him the numbers he needs.
No, my only thing with that, and they are very pretty dice that I'm rolling today, but they're the ones in the office, and they have rolled quite nicely for D&D. And as this is the opposite, I'm a little concerned that these heavy metal dice might kill us.
Okay.
It might be a little more biased towards the 20.
Are those the ones you like 3D printed and they're just weighted?
No,
Like-
these are solid metal.
Nice.
Oh Jesus!
From,
Nice.
without plugging, but plugging D and dice. They were at the NEC and they did a
Nice.
They were the ones from the blind by the Charlie and the
Yes.
Chocolate Factory.
yeah. They make a satisfying thud when you roll them.
I will roll. Mine are not metal. Mine are. This is stone though. This is like carved. It's pretty cool. I'll have to get. I don't know. I'll send a picture of it. This is a really dope dice. All right, I will roll again for or for myself. And
Did we decide that that's what we're doing? It was just a suggestion.
yeah.
We're
I'm
following.
back out of it now, Davok.
Did you want to take a minor action first?
Can we take the minor action after? Would opening comms be a minor action?
Opening cons would be a minor action. Yes, you can take it after. If that's your intention.
Yeah, so we'll sort of try and punch a hole and then.
And
then threaten them. Okay. Well, you roll in for the ship again, Ed, and I'll roll for me.
very much so. Yes.
Shit. Okay, we're good.
Okay, and 16 for the ship, which is a success.
Oh yeah.
And
17.
I need to get a 15, and I got 14 and a 6, so that both successes for me as well.
Ooh, very good.
Or is the 6 below your discipline? Is it discipline?
Discipline.
Department?
Let me.
No, looking at
Let me.
ships.
Would be
Yeah.
security.
I think your security would be about.
No, my security is 5, so the 6 is not below.
Okay.
My security is maxed out at 5.
But that's 3 successes nevertheless, and you needed 2, so you get a momentum.
All
You
right.
get on top of that your 2 temporary momentums.
Oh ho ho ho!
Okay.
So you have 5,
So we're gonna-
5 on this.
So let's roll the 9d6 again.
Loads of 2s.
Let him have it.
All right. Oh, that's quite nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. We did 9.
Okay, is there any that have missed?
Yes, there are. I have 1, 2, 3 that have missed.
Okay, let's spend one of those bonus momentum and re-roll those 3 to see if we can get something out of them.
We've got
Okay.
9 so far.
3d6. They're all successes and 1, 1, and 2 2s. So 5 extra damage.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so with resistance
14.
of 4, 10 points get through. You rip through the shields. The shields are down.
Now, is that another injury or is it
That's
2 more
actually
injuries?
2 impacts. Bang, bang.
Does it count as 2?
Yeah,
yes,
I was
it would
wondering,
count
is that
as
how that works?
2 breaches.
Yeah, that's for every 5. Crunch.
Mm.
Splendid. So that's 3 breaches out of their 7?
Out of 6.
Out of 6. Oh, fantastic. Right, I punch up the con. Romulan Warbird, this is Captain Eelin Wraal, Captain, I'm calling myself Captain, of the Federation Starship Livingston. You are heavily damaged. Stand down immediately, or we will continue firing. Mr. Varren is very keen to continue firing.
And your hail is answered with static.
Oh.
Right.
As the Dideridex takes 3 turns.
Brace yourselves.
Brace for impact.
We're going left again.
Left, yeah.
Other left.
Yeah.
So the first one.
There's a singularity in medical that means that mine's the other way.
Yeah.
So it's weapon difficulty. So yeah, 12s and 11. Ooh. Oh. No, I needed 3 successes. I've only got 2. On the first one.
Oh.
Come on.
That's when everyone does like the Matrix dodge.
They fire again with their disruptors.
There's so much Matrix in this.
It really
It's
is.
the second time it's come up.
Well, the first one was amazing. The like standoff going, that was amazing.
I love that. It was so much fun.
It really was the dumbest thing we've ever done, but fantastic.
Yeah.
To make up for it, I got 3 successes that time.
Of course.
Of course you did. You can just
Still
buy
got to roll
successes.
damage though, Stu.
So we are going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So when you're
damage
rolling
dice.
d6s, you really just want 2s all across the board, right? Basically.
2s or 5s and 6s or the specialist ones.
Yeah, with vicious 5s and 6s count as 2s, basically, because the effect gives you an extra 1. Like the disruptor
Gotcha.
you keep stealing.
6, 8. That's
Acquire
10 points of damage. I've got 5 blanks, but I've only got 3 threat. So I'm going to spend
darn.
all 3 threats to re-roll 3 of them.
Like the situation is
Another
threatening enough.
2. So that's 12 points of damage.
Wow.
Your resistance is 5, so that's 7 points of damage.
Oof.
So you take a breach, and your shields. What are your shields on now? If I've just reduced it by 7.
Oh, crikey, where were we?
Probably not too good, Stu.
I think we're down to practically nothing, or indeed less than nothing shields.
So that would be 2 breaches then.
Yes. Ow.
So how
I
many?
forgot to move.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's just,
I'm
I'm really
how
happy
many
we spent
taking the
that
rest of
minor action to talk
Take
a
the
lot of
rest of
shit.
So if you
Worth
you've got
it.
3 breaches now, is that correct?
Yes, that must be at least 3. Hang on. Where's my pencil?
Okay. And,
If we look at it positively, they're just new windows.
Heck of a drafty bridge now.
Yeah, it really is.
And the crewman that just got sucked out into space kept stealing my sandwiches, so there's no great loss there.
As the Pterodactyl fires again.
I'm going to get like sucked out of the airlock at some point because that would have been just really a shame.
That is actually 3 successes. No, 4 successes. 4 successes.
Well, she was quite a
Excellent.
good ship while we lasted.
This was a fun game, guys.
Yeah.
So that means I get another threat back. So 10, D10 again. D6, rather. D10, I'm making it up as I go along. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to use my threat to re-roll 1 dice. 12 points of damage again.
We're dead.
No, you're on 4 breaches, aren't you?
Yes, and ship size 4.
Yeah, you need to have more than 4 breaches in order to be destroyed.
Well, it's a good thing Stu's got another turn.
No, that was my last turn.
Yeah.
It's a good job that we remembered we needed to upgrade from 3 to 4 at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah. This is a refitted and prototype Defiant class, thank God.
I feel like we're going to have to get the next prototype in line to replace this one.
I may just ask for a bigger ship next time.
Exactly.
One with more expendable cargo bay.
I'll take that Enterprise E. That'll be cool. Get one of those.
I'll have the saloon version of the Odyssey class. Thanks very much.
Anything with citation ops. That was our mistake. We could have just shot dolphins out of missile tubes at them.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Romulan de Derridgeours should have brought a bigger ship. So we enter a new round. And as the Pterodactyl has just gone, it's back down to yourselves.
Over to us. Right, well, we can...
Run.
Well, we could run. That's an option. We could just literally disengage and do one if there's anything left of our engines to do so.
Also, where do we take those breaches?
Well, bear in mind your power's down by 8.
We start off with total power of 10, don't we?
So that means we can't go to salamander mode.
No, we do.
What is salamander mode?
Warp 10. I saw the episode.
Oh,
yes.
Trans.
Sorry, I was thinking, we leave a bit of it behind and run away? Can't salamanders detach the tail?
That's gecko.
I don't know.
That's gecko.
I'm not entirely sure which it is. All I know is that apparently when you get turned into salamanders, you get really fucking horny.
Yeah. You sleep with the captain.
Yeah.
But you leave your kids behind.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now,
It's not the best Voyager episode.
We lose our dodging ability the next time Con has a turn. So
Next time Con does something, yes.
So if we just hit it again and then use any momentum to hit it again, we might cause enough damage to crunch it before it gets a turn back at us. And even if it does, we're still dodging around until it's my turn to do something.
I'm full up for this. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
You just want to go for broke.
Yeah.
No one scratches the paintwork on my ship and gets away with it.
Yeah, but I'm the one rolling the dice.
Then roll well.
Oh, fuck. All right, you're rolling again.
To if it helps, you won't need to do heavy damage to it because any hit is automatically a breach now because its shields are kaput.
Okay. Basically, we're toe-to-toe and we've basically knocked the living daylights out of each other now.
Is meat beat?
Yep. Meat.
All right. Then I got a 15 and a 4, and we're really lucky because that's 2 successes right there.
4 is
Yeah, so 4 is
4 is two successes. That's
all
one,
right.
That's one from you, and the ship got a 6. So
Well,
that's
there we go.
4 successes.
4 successes, so you get 1 momentum back there, and you get your 2 temporary momentums.
Well, we get 2 because it's 2 successes needed to hit with energy weapons.
Oh,
Not
right.
4
So
successes.
2 permanent and 1 temporary one then, because that puts you to maximum momentum.
All right, here we go. 9d6. I'll send these rolls to you guys later. That's not quite as good, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
So
spend a momentum and roll the ones that don't do any good.
So 1. Okay, so I'm going to roll 4 more. That's better. That's 3 extra on top of that, so 9 total,
9.
I think.
9 total. It resists 4, so that's 5. Yeah. It takes another breach.
Solid impact.
Okay. I don't know what you want to do with the rest of that. I don't think we killed it.
I think we spend 2 more momentum, and we hit it again. Burn all
All right, let's go again. Let's do it again.
guns on it.
So I got to roll for this one as well? Or do we just roll damage again?
No, it's another attack, basically.
Okay. 15 and a 12.
Ooh,
Holy
and a
shit.
5 from the ship.
All right.
What's the 3?
I finally put, of all the
That's one
shit that I
momentum.
wanted to do in this game is just shoot things, and it turns out that I actually made a character that was pretty good at shooting things.
Yeah. He was good in simulations on the weapons range.
Yeah.
Those
All right.
drones off Jupiter never knew what hit them.
Yeah. Here we go. All right. That's 4 off the bat. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I only got a misfire from 1.
Okay, in that case, I would say just use. Well, no, we got 10.
2, 4, 5, 6.
It's gone through its resistance, so it doesn't make any difference if it's increased or not.
Yeah, that's it. That's we don't need to use any momentum to make that any more of a breach. This is the hammer of measured force here.
Could we use the extra moment? Like, have we still got a floating one?
You have one floating one.
What can we do for our minor action that's useful?
We can all turn around and moon them.
That's no move.
We quickly get Bosh to replicate a lot of Romulan phrase books with all the rude words.
We can beam all of the dead tricorders onto their bridge. Get them all off.
A gift from the Federation.
It's just like opens a portal and they just get flooding out like water.
Oh, dreadful. Right. What's that done? What's that done to them? Are they still there?
Well, on their turn, there's a lot of damage to the hull. There's a lot of fizzing and sparking and holes, and it's charred. And the Diderodex turns away.
Oh my!
And starts flying away from you.
Oh.
Well, we put them on the run.
Can we fire any torpedoes?
Well, as an action, have you basically moved them away, so have increased the range, which would make it more difficult for us to hit?
They are moving very slowly. They're not even at full impulse.
Yeah.
Are the rounds like D&D and Pathfinder where it's 6 seconds? I was just thinking like this is happening. Like,
do we get an attack of opportunity?
No, unfortunately not.
If it's
that would be harsh. That would be harsh.
They do need to try and do a thing though, and if we're back round to their go. Which they
Guys, while he's figuring this out, I'm gonna let y'all know that I got a new like desk chair, and I can actually do this now.
Oh,
and I'm really excited about it.
In
look
fact,
at it all spinning.
I haven't been able to do this before, and I'm just sitting here like, oh wow, this looks amazing.
it
Looks so fancy.
You can dance if you want to.
Yeah.
okay, so as the Pterodex turns and veers away, it does pick up a little bit of speed and puts itself at medium range.
Oh, okay.
It is back around to
Orders,
your
Captain.
turn.
Now then, what do we do? Do we? Is this the point at which I do the sort of the Kirk finisher?
Well, I mean, I suppose the big question is, do we think they are Romulans that thought we were infected, or are they infected Romulans?
Or are they just Romulans being dicks?
Yeah.
So it's like, do we want to let them go because we think that they are just pure Romulans? Do we want to cripple the ship so it's not going anywhere to be decided what they are later?
That's how we got into this mess. It's just looking at crippled ships. I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Or should
is Janeway gonna just beat the shit out of you if we destroy this Romulan ship? And no
just destroying isn't really an option. It's let go or cripple.
I don't think I'm going to be in that much trouble for blowing. I mean, I've got an awful lot of explaining to do about entire colonies that we eliminated from the face of planets, and missing Klingons and all.
That was not, but that place wasn't really like a tourist destination. So
no. I mean, it's not like I nuked Riser from orbit, because that's the only way to be sure.
Exactly. I mean, we can shoot it. Can we specifically target it to disable it if it's in this weakened state?
I think we could probably say, right, because if it's not able to shoot at us and its shields are down, then basically take out its engines, leaving a drifting hulk in space. Then we can either tow it off wherever we need it, or advise the Romulans to come and pick it up. That's good thinking.
God, that's such like a fuck you maneuver. It's just, by the way, also we left a ship that we beat the crap out of back here about 6 miles.
So I've broken this. I'm very sorry. Could you just take it? I think that's yours. Just send it home in a plastic bag to its.
One of our smaller kind of prototype ships just kind of completely crippled one of your kind of main fleet.
Yeah,
can Amy,
your main battleships.
Can Amy attack it somehow? Like disable the. I don't know, like shut down its lights to where it can't do.
Is this back to like shooting things out of the torpedo tube? So I was like, I don't think we can put Amy in the torpedo tube to attack the ship.
I'm willing to try
this season already.
I'm not
putting him in a torpedo tube as well. Look, Vulcans do go in torpedo tubes, but only if Scotty's playing his bagpipes.
I didn't get that reference, but anyways, moving on.
Best film list. So out of scene, I'm going to say, what do we think? And then Wraal is just going to issue the order like really, really slickly, as if he always planned it.
I say we disable it if possible, but we absolutely cannot blow that shit up. And I would also warn it being a farther distance from us. And if we're specifically targeting one system, it's going to be a hell of a roll. Yeah,
what with actually at medium range, our best bet is phaser arrays, which is it's the same to attack. Still a 2 dice. It's still a difficulty 2 to attack it, but with phaser arrays, you only roll 7 effect dice.
And then on top of that, if we're just trying to shut it down and not blow it up, it's going to probably be a difficulty 3.
Yeah, they do have the area or spread effect, which I think means you can either sort of shoot them to the sort of do like hit the whole target, like you're burning down shields, or with area you can say, right, phaser arrays target engines and basically take out a specific thing. Like phaser cannons don't have that because they're more like very close range, just blasting away.
Well, if that's something that is like built into the system and it's not an extra momentum, then or an extra dice.
Phaser arrays have versatile 2 as well, so using them, as long as you hit, you get those 2 momentum to play with as well.
Medically, I don't think we should let a possibly infected ship continue on.
Yeah, so we think it basically it's
We have to
seem to
cripple
have
it.
removed its offensive capabilities. We've wiped out most of its shields. So now we just take out its ability to move.
Yeah, I mean, we can
then
board it
deal-
later and clear it later.
Yeah, yeah. I'm liking that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, Mr.
Before,
Varren,
before you go any
And
further,
target their engines.
before you do, Davok, give me an insight and engineering check, please.
Oh,
Oh. Oh.
You can be assisted by the ship's scanners.
Okay.
A 1
Gotta
die?
get under 14. And I got a 2 and a 5.
There you go.
2 and a 5.
There you go. Do you have anything specific? Would she have a focus that would help her there?
Is it involving their warp core? Because I'm good at warp cores.
Funnily enough, yes.
So in that case, I would have 3 successes for mine.
You are at maximum momentum.
Oh, well, that's good.
And then with the success from the ship as well. Yeah, it is absolutely painfully clear to you, Davok, as you're looking at your reach. You're seeing control systems on the Romulan ship, going out all the time. In particular, you're seeing what looks very much like a containment breach on the warp core. It's not a warp core. It's a singularity.
Quantum singularity.
Wait, does that mean
singularity,
this thing's gonna just explode?
It might actually implode, given it's a quantum singularity. But,
All right, let me rephrase the question. This thing is fucked?
we might need to get out of range.
just back up a bit.
Oh wait,
You're
is that
currently
like
at medium range.
is that like a nuclear detonation in space, essentially?
Yeah, you see what Ripley did to the Nostromo?
Oh, okay.
It was the only way to be sure.
Quite an expensive piece
It's
of
only
hardware.
at close range it would be an issue for yourselves, just so you know. And it is possible that they might be able to repair it.
Yeah, should we?
We can follow at medium range or follow it at long range.
Momentum to get our shields back up, just in case.
That's a good point. That's a good
As
point.
we have spare.
Oh, can you spend momentum to get shields back up?
I think
The GM.
Spend momentum for everything.
we're still learning the game. Don't tell
We
anybody.
give you extra threat to just get our shields back.
I know that you can spend momentum as part of your action to help you bring your shields back up.
Yeah, it's just regenerate shields. Difficulty 1, but it's 2 if we're at 0 shields. So it'll be a difficulty 2 task. Whoever does it, it's control and engineering with structure and engineering of the ship assisting, and we get 2 points of shields and plus 2 per momentum spent. So every 1 momentum you spend as well, you can get 2 back, and you can spend as much momentum as you've got to boost your shields back up again.
I say we try that and just dump all the momentum in it and then follow them at a medium range.
That would seem to be a sensible move. If we're not getting shot at, let's get the shields back up where we need to be.
Could you remind me, last game, did we scan to check if there was any infections on the ship?
You did not.
That would have been important.
Basically, it decloaked and started firing, and then all shit broke loose.
We did have to sort of go to guns quite quickly on that one.
Yeah.
Getting shot out. Okay.
I just wanted to know that, but yeah, good with whatever you want to do.
But aren't we in Romulan space?
No, we're in no man's land.
You're not far from Romulan space, but yeah, you are in the neutral zone.
Okay, I think then that getting the shields
Just
back up.
show us on this map. Just point to somewhere where we.
Yeah, it's there.
Of course.
Got it.
Yeah.
Over there.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, back to red alert.
Knew where it was. I'm not stopping and getting out for directions. I've said that before. Right, so let's get the shields back up, and then I think maybe some scanning of it might be worthwhile. A more in-depth scan.
Let's make that shield roll first, and then we can stay behind it. Can we scan it while we're following it?
That would be. I'm going to count that as a proper action. So it is your turn. You do have 2 turns remaining in this round, so you can do your shields, then spend a momentum to keep the action and scan it.
Let's do that.
That sounds
We've only
good.
got 2 goes there, and then it gets another 3 turns.
No, then it would have another 5 turns.
5 turns.
It's only taken
it's
1
running-
turn so far.
But
We've
it's
already
running
taken
away.
2.
Yeah.
It's running away. We might as well get our shields back up on the off chance that it decides to turn around.
Exactly. So can someone roll on behalf of the chief engineer who's still battling to get the shields back up again?
One dice or 2?
It'd be 2 dice as it's a normal attempt, and I'll roll on behalf of the ship.
What is the engineer? What does he need to roll underneath?
Isn't it control and engineering, which for
That's
Sonia
correct.
Gomez would be 15?
Oh,
I
nice.
have 1 success and 1 failure.
Oof! The ship's rolled a 1.
There you go.
So that's 3 successes.
This ship really wants its shields back.
So we've got 2 shields. So we're up to 2 shields.
I would burn all the momentum we can, except for what we're going to need to make a second
We'd only
attempt.
need to burn. Well, we've got 1 momentum because it was a difficulty 2. We got 3.
We have
successes.
max momentum right now.
You were already on max.
But when you do an action like that, you can use that one. You just can't bank it, so you can use it straight away to gain another 2. So that's 4 shields, and then if we spend 4 momentum, that takes us back up to maximum 12 shields.
All right, perfect.
Okay.
Let's do that.
That leaves you with 2 momentum.
2 left. Yeah, perfect. Which we can spend to immediately pass our go to Davok.
Yeah, and scam it.
To start having a Davok-y snoop.
Let's see what's going on with this.
Okay.
I guess I'm specifically looking for.
Give me a reason and science assisted by the ship's sensors and science.
Are people still watching us, by the way? I feel like we're just out here in the ether.
Captain Quinn's here. Ben Kerno's here. Somebody called Mad Turnips.
Yeah, the usual suspects, right on.
The usual.
I got a 4 and a 9.
Another TV viewer?
4
What'd you get,
and
Amy?
9.
A 4 and a 9. So 2.
Hey!
Will any focuses, perhaps would that 4 count as 2, if there's any relevant focuses?
Yeah, I'm not really negotiating. Unless you could say that I've gained a focus in Alien Parasite. But other than that, no.
No. Okay, but that's 2 successes. What did the ship get?
Oh, what's the ship? I'll chuck one in for the ship. What do we need for? What was the ship rolling with?
What was it?
Oh, sorry, computers and
Very
science.
good control.
Sensors, sorry.
Sensors and science. Sensors.
Sensors. I always say sensors. That's 11.
11.
Exactly what you needed. So 3 successes. With 3 successes, you do detect life signs. Some of them are fading. Some are no longer. And yes, you can tell the telltale adrenaline spikes and the modified endocrine system
all right.
neural parasite infected crew members.
Well, now
You can't tell from that if that's all crew members, but certainly you can see it on some.
They are definitely there.
It's some and may or may not be. You can't really tell.
all right.
Hmm.
Well, that's our turn.
Yeah.
That's your turn. The first thing I'm going to do is roll a single d6 for the Dideridex, which, as you're watching it on your sensors, the quantum singularity collapses and the ship blows up in a very dramatic and quite pretty style. It's got one of those blue fiery rings that comes out of it.
Oh, a praxis wave.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you have
Cuts to like the original Toy Story with all those little guys being like, ooh, like the claw.
Mr. Varren, suit up and go and paint a small Romulan symbol on the front of the ship.
Oh my God, I'm so in. Varren immediately gets up and leaves and goes to the airlock.
Wow. That was our first kill, everybody.
Yeah, it was.
Ship.
Well done.
Perfect.
A bit close.
Bigger they are.
Oh,
the
I'll
they
say.
fall.
The harder they punch back, it's going to take us. Take us weeks to get the cleaning crew through this.
Jesus.
The carpet
As-
will be the same again.
Dude, it just cuts to like the look of our ship, and it literally just looks like Swiss cheese everywhere. All right, that was awesome for the first part. That was cool.
And that's probably a good place for us to take a quick break.
I think it is.
So we will be back in 5 minutes.
Good. I
Don't
need to go
go
change my
anywhere,
pants.
everyone. That's an order. Hey, we're back. Yes, snacks are allowed on the bridge, apparently.
Right on.
I'm still on.
Snacks.
That was the first. That was the whole.
Amy, what do you
prototype.
reckon? Should there be snacks? Oh.
I love snacks, yes.
Is that why we have a prototype? It's the exact same device with no cloaking device, but actual cup holders on the chairs. And that was. Stu's gone.
Look at all the snack options.
That's the wrong ship.
Stu has. Oh, well, it
I've
wouldn't
lost
be.
the Defiant Bridge.
It
No,
really.
that's fine. I like the TARDIS control room. There's loads of snack holders there. Look at all that.
Oh my god! You can fit entire cheese wheels in the walls there.
Separate compartments for sweet or savoury. Great.
Not as many snack options here.
Fantastic.
One of those doors could just be for like a kitchen. We don't need the captain's ready room. We just need a little kitchenette.
So we've had your first kill. How are you feeling, bloodthirsty folk?
A bit upset.
I don't know. I feel a bit ashamed.
Well,
Oh, no.
in Davok's mind, we didn't actually kill them. We caused some damage. We tried to talk to them. They carried on, and then they ran away and blew up. That's not
Twice.
really our fault.
Twice we tried to communicate to them.
Mm.
I mean, once was rather more threatening, and they were sort of leaking a bit of whatever, a bit of singularity. But
Yeah, I mean, they picked the fight.
Yeah.
Aaron is busy just like customizing his console with his settings and things like that, and realizing now that he's finally used it, he's like, oh, well, I can actually like move this to the side. And now that he's gotten a feel for it.
I mean, we did ask them, if they wanted to talk, but, Rule of Acquisition number 208.
Just stop it.
The only thing more dangerous than
Aaron
a
is
question is an answer.
Very true.
Always
Especially
with
if
a
that
pithy word.
answer
Can we get like a
is
rules of
a
acquisition
phaser
jar?
cannon.
Yeah,
it
I
was
was.
the last one in the galaxy to pay for the amount of times we'd have to use that.
I mean, we. To be fair, we won, but we also almost got our asses blown up, like pretty damn close.
Yeah.
And as soon as that like thing started collapsing, I was like, please don't turn around and just like give us a hug. Don't do that.
Okay, so you're in the Moana system. You're
Guys, it's no longer.
seemingly out of danger.
Are we out of the alert mode?
Well, that's a good point. I think for the moment, let's just maintain red alert and keep those shields up.
Okay. All right. My eyes are starting to hurt looking at the Zoom call with all the flashing.
I mean, yes, you can change your background, and we know that you're in red alert.
What were you doing, Matt? Just going. I just see Matt like it's like bobbleheading.
Weird things with his eyes. Okay, so as Mike S3 says, you could go to yellow alert and still keep up your shield, of course.
We can't do that.
Yes.
We don't actually have a yellow alert background, so you keep your mouth shut, sir.
Are you sure, sir? It
bulb.
means changing the light bulb, yeah.
Guaranteed red dwarf reference. Excellent.
Yeah, every time. So...
I have like weird line alert, but star alert, the map.
So, do you remember what you detected
doing?
on the surface of the planet?
We were hunting a Iconian gateway.
Oh, yes, of course we were.
What you've come to the system for, but you did scan the planet before the Romulan decloaked.
Oh, didn't we find some humans?
That was 2 weeks ago.
It was. In fact, it was Davok who scanned the planet. Not humans, plural, but a human.
There's a Federation runabout near an ancient craft wreck.
I believe we've lost Usher.
A human nearby pursued by 3 Romulan life signs.
Oh, he's back. He's back. We're all in the wrong order now. Damn it. Oh, no.
You're muted.
It's all going wrong. There we go. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm back.
Hey, there we are. You're back. Yeah, so there was a human, just to remind you, it looked like being pursued by Romulans.
Yes.
Hmm.
And yes, runabout and a derelict spacecraft. Yes, you did request. Yeah, you spent momentum to get more information as well on that spacecraft, and it was a similar sort of spacecraft to the one that was basically in the neuroparasite.
Oh yeah.
Of the next gen.
Ruins go underground. Deflector shield.
Yep.
Something Iconian arch. Debris alien ship similar.
Davok, have you been writing with
Euro parasite.
Are you writing a
I can't
haiku?
read my writing. Yeah.
Yeah, Euro
That's what I
parasites, did you say?
I believe it says me Euro parasites. I'm sure that's not what I meant to write though.
Euro parasites, everyone. They come from France, coming over here, taking our host bodies.
But yes, I think that's all I recall. So
okay,
yes, I've got
What we doing,
notes
Captain?
that say that we've got Iconian ruins are protected by an energy shield, and the wrecked craft is similar to the parasites style craft. And there's a human nearby pursued by 3 Romulan life signs.
Well, obviously, we have to save the human.
I think so. Yeah. Are we able to? I presume that we will go maneuver the Livingston into a standard orbit.
Okay.
Whatever that consists of in orbital mechanics with it. I think that's basically it's sort of.
You're the Kerbal player here.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's geosynchronous. I think, isn't it? You'll stay over one spot.
It is, yes. Geosynchronous is over one spot, but you can put it in a standard orbit. That's not a problem at all. And just so you are all aware, we are entering a new scene, which means we refresh on the momentum and threat. Now, you had very, very wisely spent all of your momentum before we ended, so you don't have any now, but you didn't lose any
for no
either.
reason.
no, we can spend it all to ask questions, can't we?
But you don't have any now, but you didn't lose it, so there's that. But it does mean that I regain my threat, 2 for each of you.
Yeah.
So I've got
We're
8
not that
threats again.
Do you really think I'm worth 2 threat? I'm maybe worth like 1.5.
Okay.
Right now, I'm thinking, can we lock on can we lock on the transporter and beam that human on board?
Excellent.
Yeah, to be fair, we don't know anything about what's down there, so I would suggest sending a security team to the transport room as well as possibly medical staff.
Yeah,
we have no idea who they are or what they are.
My suspicion is what we've seen so far is Romulans tend to have little tails sticking out their necks.
Yeah.
So if someone's being chased by Romulans, I'm guessing, it's a guess, the good guy here is the single human being chased by 3 Romulans. The other option is to beam all of them up and stick them in separate cells.
I mean, I'm down with whichever, but it was more of just out of an abundance of caution because nothing has gone like we have planned so far, Captain. Just assuming.
I'm not thinking of sending an away team down to start, keeping them apart. I think just steal them from here.
Yeah, just cherry pick them and I'll put a security detail down there. We'll put Reggie down there with them.
Reggie and the lads will be meeting them on arrival.
Right.
Is that the name of the ship band, Reggie and the Lads?
Reggie and the Lads, yeah.
Oh my God.
They play every night on Friday, don't they?
Yeah, we have our...
Do we have an equivalent of a 10-4?
I think we just got a mess.
We just have a mess hall.
Yeah.
I want to give it a name.
And it's got like a soapbox
10 forward. Yeah,
that we just put... Yeah, that we put Reggie and the Lads on. And they just play like weird banjo music.
That's canon. That has now happened. Reggie likes banjos. Hang on, let me just adjust his sheet accordingly.
Yeah.
Banjo.
If you can, with Reggie, if by the end of our campaign, the whole thing, because I think we're going to continue playing this, we're all having fun, but Reggie needs to find out a way to make a focus and banjos work on a roll. That'd be really impressive in Star Trek.
Holodeck episode in Vic Fontaine's place.
Yeah, or either that or he's on a boat going up a river.
Jesus Christ.
Ah, yes. When he scans, his tricorder actually goes.
So yes, let's beam the human into sick bay.
Okay, well, shall we do the lot though? Shall we basically beam the human to sick bay?
I'm down with doing the lot.
And the Romulans to a secure, or basically to the transporter pad with force field and security team waiting.
I'm
minus their disruptors.
Yeah, I mean, we're likely going to be.
I'll
parasites
collect
and
all the
infections on board,
disruptors.
so that's a concern.
Sorry, say again, Davok?
We're going to be bringing parasites and infections on board. That's the concern.
That is behind a force field, though. Are we going to be? I mean, we've been quite close to a lot of them so far this adventure.
We also know what to aim for, and we know how to scan for it now.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. If we're sure, then I'm okay with that.
Yes, I think we'll do that then. So we will, if we're able to, get a transport lock on. Actually, I don't know if we need to do it stage by stage, but definitely get that human out of there first of all.
Well, no, I would say if oh no, yes, we need the transporter pad. Ignore me. I was going to say do the Romulans first so that he's fine, but no, you're right. Let's get him to sick bay first.
Romulans should never be first in anything. First to die.
Obviously, Doctor, you'll have various containment and safety procedures in place in sick bay as well.
Of course.
They'll be transported behind the dreadful curtain.
Okay. So, of course, the first thing you're not aware of is whether or not that human is still alive, or where he is now, because a lot's happened since you first scanned the surface.
Have been a bit distracted.
So the first thing we're going to need is a sensor sweep from Davok. Reason and science assisted by the ship's sensors and science, or sensors.
I got 2 successes.
I'll do the ship. And a sensors and science is 11, and we got a 10. So yeah, 1 success.
Yay.
Okay. So he, you can see he is still being pursued. This time now by 5 Romulans.
Oh yeah, just beam his ass out first.
With those scans, you can tell they are definitely infected Romulans.
Right. Yeah, we get him.
Let's not get them on board.
Yeah,
please.
let's just get him.
Yeah.
But yeah, of the 2 groups, that's the one we want.
Yes.
Now he is running and ducking and diving and
Are they throwing wrenches at them?
being shot at. No, they're firing disruptors at him, which is causing a little bit
He's
of
had like a 20-minute fight with the
disruption.
ship. He's been alive for this whole time. They are awful shots. It's like
He
He seems to
stormtroopers.
be.
He's had 20 minutes head start on them.
He does. In fact, as you're watching the scans of him on the surface, Davok, he seems to be very resourceful. This person. I'm saying he.
He's a damn
This person.
MacGyver.
Kind of. So, who's operating the transporter?
Or who's really good at transporters on this ship? Sonia.
Sonia.
Okay, so
There's a hot chocolate in it for you if you do well.
I'm still going to send a security team to the transporter room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good idea.
Just out of, again, an abundance of precaution. We don't really know who our friends are right now.
Well, are we beaming him directly to sick bay? So you obviously send your security detail to sick bay to assist.
That's fine.
If he needs.
That's fine.
just so you know, that increases the difficulty by 1.
Just do it to the transporter
a
pad.
transporter pad.
Oh, okay. In that case, let's make it easier for her and possibly build some momentum. Let's beam him to the transporter pad and send the doctor to the transporter room.
Mm-hmm. And do you want a force field up on the transporter room as well?
Oh, I think that will probably be a sensible plan.
Okay. So, first thing is going to be to get a sensor lock on him. This is either daring or control plus engineering. With Sonia, you want control and engineering, which gives her a total of 15.
15. Shall I roll away for that one? Everyone happy? A 3 and an 8.
A 3 and an 8. With a focus in transporters, that in fact gives her 3 successes. And it was a difficulty 1, so you get 2 momentum.
That's
nice.
Good.
And then there is actually doing the transport, which is going to be difficulty 2. So this again is control and engineering, however this time assisted by the ship's sensors and engineering.
Which is not great.
That's a 10 for the ship. Okay, let's have a go. We've got a 5 from Sonia and a 16 and a 10 from the ship.
So that's 2 successes.
Okay.
Nice.
Which is exactly what you need. And yes, she confirms transport complete.
Who are we looking at, Stu? Who's behind door number 1?
It's just Varren there, is that correct?
It would be Reggie. It would not be me. I would have said
Reggie. Okay, you've sent Reggie.
I've sent Reggie.
Yeah, Reggie.
And 2 of his various other crewmen that I haven't named yet.
Reggie takes a little bit of a double. I'm not going to have you role play this, Ed.
Okay.
Well, that's good because my antenna are upstairs and my blue face paint as well.
Reggie takes a double take at the person he thinks he's just seen, but no, okay. He reports back. There is a young human male.
Fuck. You son of a bitch.
Derek again.
What? That's not very nice.
Who does this male look like? Can we pull it on sensors?
Young James Dean.
Make me
case,
feel
You want to call up the camera?
Yeah, go on.
Okay.
Put the transporter room on screen.
Okay, and the view screen switches to a picture of the transporter room, and there is Reggie in all his blue splendour. And he's standing face to face with, it looks like Derek. And then you realise, not quite Derek, a little bit more sort of filled out than Derek, a little bit older. And then, 3 of you at least will recognise him. It's Eric.
Eric.
Goddamn Eric.
What are we doing here?
Bosh immediately runs, tackles Eric.
Varren,
Mm-hmm.
you don't recognise him.
Got it.
Ooh.
Moving on.
That stumped me for a second. Right.
What?
Oh, I think a quick medical check of him might well be.
Is he in a Starfleet uniform?
No, he's in civilian clothing.
All right. Eric would be in the room, wouldn't he? Or is Eric down in engineering?
Derek.
Which one's the?
Derek.
Their parents suck. I hate their parents.
Derek was in the Kobayashi room.
No, Eric.
Derek
is related.
Okay.
Derek we rescued from the Alcubia and is now seconded to Sonia's team.
Yeah.
Well, if Sonia's in that room, would Derek be there?
No, he isn't.
Transport isn't really his thing. He's more sort of engines, I think.
I suppose I would walk down. I would ask if it's up on screen, and I would ask anyone, does anyone know who that is?
Everyone else on the bridge has gone, Derek? At the same time.
I mean, to you, Varren, he looks like Derek. Yeah.
Okay.
I think in that case, Doctor, check that gentleman over and bring him to the bridge as soon as possible.
Aye, sir.
Indeed, immediately. It's already caused us enough trouble.
Okay.
So I'm going to do a full set of medical checks on Derek, or whichever one it is.
Eric.
Eric.
Eric is completely unsurprised to see you, Bosh, for what it's worth. And you detect a small amount of malnutrition, but nothing dangerous. He's
refresh my memory. Wasn't he kicked out of Starfleet?
Mm.
Yeah, for cheating on the Kobayashi Maru test, trying to muck up ours.
So yeah, I'll give him a hyperspray with some nutrients, try and counteract some of the malnutrition, and there's no sign of parasite or anything.
No, absolutely not.
I know we're gonna have a full debrief in a minute, but what the bloody hell are you doing out here?
Well, it's a bit of a story, really.
Well, just give me the clip notes.
Well, it would be with the Stallman, wouldn't it?
Why are the Romulans chasing you?
Well, because they've got these neural parasites in them, and I've been finding out what they've been up to.
I already hate him as much as his brother.
Okay. Commander?
Yes, Mr. Bosh.
He checks out.
Very good. Bring him to the bridge, please, as quickly as possible. And someone send for Derek and ask him to report to the bridge as well.
Okay, yeah, so...
Just to make Stu's role-playing particularly interesting.
I do hope that you aren't suggesting that people with this accent aren't susceptible to the neuroparasite, because that is racist against them. And you suggesting they have low intelligence is not, it's not for this stream. It's uncalled for.
I never suggested any such thing.
I was just making sure that you didn't.
That never, my goodness, that never even occurred to me. I like the... In fact, I'm doing a Black Country accent rather than the Birmingham one specifically, but yes. Talk about tie shirts, now am you? Yeah, and yes, indeed, Eric comes to the bridge.
You're going to do that.
It got me at it
long.
now.
Yeah.
Isn't Derek and Eric coming to the bridge?
They're both there now.
Just make sure you call them Mr. It's he, him.
In fact, about 10 seconds after Eric and Bosh enter the bridge, Derek also enters. Takes one look at Eric, looks very, very angry, and launches at Eric.
Whoa,
smacks him straight in the face.
No.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
Mr. Varren, secure our engineering ensign, would you please?
Absolutely.
Get him in a headlock or something.
No, I will absolutely do that.
Bastard!
Hang on, I'm just checking my notes here. Eric. Yes.
No, sorry, sir. He's Eric. I'm Derek.
Now again. The Stallman
I dragged Derek out of the room.
Yeah,
You're only left with Eric.
Apart.
Yeah.
The Stallman who's not in uniform. You, yes.
Eric.
Eric.
Stop.
Thank you. All right, Eelin, it's been a while.
It has. What on earth are you doing down on that planet? And where have you been? What have you been up to since you nearly blew our chances at my chance at the Kobayashi Maru?
Well, since you got me kicked out of the academy.
Yeah, I didn't get you kicked out at all. I very nearly saved your skin. The Vulcan commander who dumped you out.
Well, you'll remember, of course, back then we were in that that test that was being observed by that Bolian. What was his name again?
It was a Vulcan, wasn't it?
Eric will nod. He'll say, that's right, that's right. We were doing an engineering test, if you remember, and I was kicked out because I copied Davok's notes.
Are you sorry? What? And I'm going to do another tricorder. No,
Yeah, I make urgent. What on earth is all this about? Eyebrow gestures at Bosh, as in
Nothing unusual in your scans.
Eric, are you sure? Because I was fairly convinced it was Kobayashi Maru, and you had tried to rig the system.
He looks around at you all, and you see perhaps you hadn't noticed what with the whole tension of the thing, but you see him visibly relax and says, "Well, I had to check. You can't trust anyone these days."
oh,
So yes, after the academy, I wandered about for a bit. I didn't know what to do with myself. Got involved with the Marquis. Well, of course, you know what's happened to them. I managed to escape. I've been laying low for a while. Of course, I've been keeping in touch with the family. At that, Varren, Derek struggles in your...
Yeah, he's not getting out.
No.
He's not getting out. If he puts up another fight, I'll just choke his ass out.
Against your security, he just wouldn't stand a chance. But he's definitely, at the mention of sort of the family.
Just going to whisper to Derek, be like, just remember, I've been looking for a really good reason to choke you out. So calm it down.
Yes, I remember you on that test as well, Varren. Well,
Varren looks
obviously,
at him but doesn't say anything.
Derek's been keeping Mum and Dad apprised of things, and I've been in touch with them. And when I heard about what was happening, I thought I'd come and find out for myself. I managed to... I used one of the runabouts that the Marquis acquired. Followed a few leads. I was hoping I'd see you here. I knew you were on the case.
This has been... How long has it been since Kobayashi Maru for people?
7 years.
It's been 7 years? Okay.
yeah, at least. How did you
And
know
he hasn't moved on in all that time. Sad, Eric.
So clearly hasn't gotten any smarter. He went out here by himself with all the shit that he had heard about this. Just stole runabout.
He has been a freedom fighter for the last few years. He can probably handle himself a reasonable amount.
Yeah, he's just dodged 3, armor-plated Romulans for 20 minutes while we were dealing with
Yeah, no, we're going to have a history lesson after we conclude this, because I have no idea what the fuck we're talking about here with the Marquis and all that shit, so.
Think politically correct IRA.
Okay.
It's a long time period, but yeah.
Yeah. That's the clip notes. In fact, he seems much calmer than what you remember him, and much more centered.
How did you know we were coming? How would you know? How would you know we were on the case?
Well, Eric's been keeping Mum and Dad apprised, like I said. I've been in touch with them. They told me.
Bosh is going to just...
I am actually choking Derek right now.
Loose lips sink ships.
He's been giving Starfleet to his parents? Are you... What?
Oh, it's all right. I'll just tell Mum and Dad. They won't tell anybody.
Yeah, is there like a data protection act?
Yeah, we're definitely
there absolutely
suing Eric
is.
afterwards for data protection.
Derek does cry, "How dare you talk about Mum and Dad? You're breaking their fucking hearts, you are."
I'm
literally... This is happy with me joining the Marquis as they were with you in this in the Federation. It's not my fault. You're the golden boy.
Who's the DM right now? What's going on?
It's a fluid situation, this. Anything
really,
could happen.
I like it. More Eric and Derek banter.
We did need 2 separate Eric and Derek backgrounds to put on. Actually, who we're talking to.
Do you know what? I can probably add myself in a second screen on the.
do like a Gollum
Maybe
Smeagol
regretting
thing.
bringing Eric up to the bridge.
There's a festival on Riser called Honeyfest. I think Eelin and Derek are going to spend a lot of time at Honeyfest.
That's right. Yeah.
The Adventures of Eric and Derek. We should spin off.
If one of them has actually been selling secrets, it's really just going to be the adventure of one of them, because the other one isn't going to be fucking alive to deal with it.
So we just ask the straightforward question: what is going on with these Romulans and that gateway down there, Derek?
Oh, I thought you'd have worked it out by now, Eelin. There's an Iconian gateway down there that
They're planning
these
to
parasites,
send parasitic armor-plated people to or every part of the galaxy. Yes.
Armor-plated.
Well, you've not met the Klingons we've met.
Right, no, I've only encountered Romulans. There's a few of them in their base, from what I understand. But their queen is in there as well. You know about the queen?
Yeah. No. Well, we know that they
Bosh,
do have
Bosh
them.
would, and Davok would definitely. Yeah, if you take out the queen, you take out all of them.
Oh,
effectively.
Do you know if they've got the gateway up and running yet, or close to?
Not the last I heard, but the rumours I was picking up was that they're bloody close to it.
Can we get them far away from it? Sorry, that was
Get them far away. How?
Move them.
What you got in mind, Davok?
You just put a little bit of cheese on some string and you drag it down the channel, and they'll come after it. It's well known. I can't believe you didn't realize this with the marquee.
They all go running after it.
Well, Eric, you were saying that they're close to it. So logic says if we take them away from it, then all is good in the world.
No, Davok, I think he means they're close to figuring out how it works.
Yes, they're physically close. It's just.
Eric will just look at you, Davok, and say, "This will be that famous Vulcan sense of humour you hear so much about."
Oh God!
So Stu thinks it's funny, but
like that.
Eric, on the other hand,
I like that
I'm not responsible for what the NPCs say.
I like that Eric got kicked out of Starfleet and became a complete dickhead. It's just his brother's an idiot.
After.
Yeah, well, that's a good point.
I actually think I like this version of Eric more than he's on the cover.
I do. You put a little scruff on Eric, and he turns out to be a little bit more funny.
He's like what's Will's transporter clone?
Tom Riker.
Tom Riker, yeah.
Thomas Riker. I'm thinking, Derek, do you know where their queen is? On the planet, I take it.
Yes, by the gateway.
Right.
Overseeing the repairs.
Is that why those Romulans were chasing you? Because they're still on the planet wondering where you've gone.
Yes, that's a patrol. I mean, they must surely know that help's coming by now.
Yeah, or someone's coming to get
What
them.
type of body is the Queen inhabiting?
Well, I'm assuming a Romulan. I don't really know much more than that.
Also, how many, other than the 5 that were chasing you, have you seen on the planet?
I'm not sure. Maybe as many as a dozen.
That's not a way teamable, that is.
Right. Is there anyone that isn't infected on here? As in, how much collateral damage will there be if you blow it up?
I've not heard of it.
You got a taste for it the other day, and now you just want more.
It's too
Mr. Davok
risky
into an asshole.
It's too risky to try and detonate everything from orbit. We don't know where else they might be. What we want to do is make sure. But we can't tell. We don't have someone with a parasite here to know that. I mean, essentially, what we have to do is beat one of them up, confirm that they've got a parasite, then level everything else and wait to see if they die, just in case we hit the Queen. That seems a little
That sounds like a good idea, actually.
No, I
Very
think
thorough. I kind of like
I think we can destroy the gateway.
You might have
That's
just
the
hit on
biggest
the night
thing.
and a very, very good idea there. We
I mean-
beam up one as an indicator, and then we nuke the site from orbit with as many quantum.
Literally,
torpedoes
if we can
as
find
hurl at
the
it.
gateway, we can nuke that and worry about the Queen later.
Actually, if the Queen's anywhere near that gateway,
Exactly.
a volley of quantum torpedoes is going to level everything nearby, including her.
I think Bosh, in his ultimate wisdom of trying to be cautious, also just gave us the absolute answer to what we're going to do.
Just so you're aware, Bosh, well, because you would be aware, if the Queen is destroyed, the host body of those infected would not die, just the parasite would die. It would actually free the host.
I'm really hoping he keeps that kind of shit to himself right now.
It's entirely up to him.
Yeah, no,
and can I just check among story, just slightly out of game? We're coming close to 10:30. Are you okay to carry on a little bit longer tonight if it happens, everyone?
sure.
It's daylight where I am.
Well, I'll try not to keep it too late because I'm aware that some of you are very, very tired and have been working very, very hard. But
and maybe
I'm drinking now.
exactly
I'm
the same
good.
walls in about 6 hours' time.
I'll keep it as brief as I can. But just to end in the right place.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay.
If it's
Right.
So I mean, the thing is, we don't really want to wipe out the entire contingent, do we?
Yes.
Yes. They are an inimitable threat to the Federation. I'm quite happy to deal with that.
Might I suggest then we try and beam up one of the 5 that's running around, so that it's less likely to beam up the Queen, because what I really don't want to do is beam up the Queen, obliterate everything, and still have the Queen.
Yeah, no, that's at least sensible. I mean, I don't think it'd be one.
I think if we beam up
the Queen is chasing.
We want 2, don't we? Or maybe 3, because if we do end up picking up the Queen, then you'll need someone else to make sure when you kill the other one that they also die.
That's the scientist talking. You want to control, don't you?
Yeah. So you probably need at least 1 or maybe 2 more extra.
Let me clarify.
A secure pen to beam them into.
Let me clarify.
Nuke the site and see what we get. If it does kill the parasites as well, we should be able to remove those, and then we've got something to take back as well.
I have a question.
Mr. Barron. You're excused. You can go to the toilet.
Thank you. It's just need to have my parking validated. No, so this is not like asking right now, but if you remove the parasite from a living subject and it isn't the Queen, does the subject die?
No.
No, the subject does not die.
No, removing the parasite from a living subject is difficult and dangerous. But if the parasite dies whilst in the host, that is less dangerous to the host.
Wait, if it dies while it's in the host won't die?
No, the host will effectively be freed. And you imagine this thing's like inside, basically latched onto your nervous system. And you try and rip it out, it might take half your nervous system with it. If it dies, you can just take it out and slowly and carefully
disconnect it and remove.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop my like full Nelson on fucking whatever his name. I don't remember the one he is.
The Stallman you're currently holding,
Derek, and just grab the back of his collar so he still can't run anywhere.
Okay.
And
I mean, you can escort him off the bridge if you want.
I would rather humiliate him by keeping him held up like that. I mean, frankly, I'll say, what if there's another option? We've been worrying about this because of time frame and about lack of any sort of way to like create some sort of actual weapon against them. But we actually They're not coming after us currently. We know where they are. We know what they're after. And absolute worst case scenario, if we can nuke a colony that has some refugees on it, we can absolutely nuke an Iconian gateway that has a queen on it without having to worry about dusting up the books later. But we might be able to figure out a way to actually just kill the parasite inside the host without killing the host. If we could work something like that out over the next couple of hours, we might actually be able to send an away team, to have this be an away team mission.
Well, if the parasite, they've fiddled with it, so it's sort of enhancing the host that it's in, would there be a way of reversing that? So
probably not, at least not with our current understanding. Those would probably have to die, but we're going to kill them anyways, whether we nuke the place or not. So we're not losing or gaining anything there. We're going to have to fight them.
In the reports that I read about the gateway that was found on Iconia, I believe the Enterprise crew destroyed it to stop it getting into Romulan hands. So we would just be following protocol.
Yeah, the general feeling is that Iconian gateway technology is so disrupts the balance of power across the entire galaxy so much that no one person or no one faction should be allowed anywhere near it.
Okay.
Certainly from the Federation's point of view. So it will be a case of we can't reliably operate it, so you destroy it so that nobody else can.
The other
Ben
issue
Sisko
here,
destroyed one as well. You would be aware of that.
Then the only issue here, frankly,
Apparently
Captain,
inside a stone ziggurat on the planet Vandross 4.
Yeah. The only issue, frankly, that we have to worry about here is, do you want to risk our lives to kill the queen and save all the hosts? Or do you just want to nuke the fuck out of this place?
I think we want to destroy the gateway, and if the queen happens to be sat on the gateway trying to figure out how it works when we nuke it, that's going to be a shame for them, isn't it?
Yes. I'm happy we're on the same page. I'm going to take Derek outside and just throw him out the airlock, if that's okay with you, Captain.
Wait a minute. just dangle him for a little while.
Eric is going to chime in and say, you're saying you've got plenty of time. You haven't, because I guarantee you, beaming me up here, they know you're here. And the Queen will have called all sorts of warbirds and warships.
Yeah.
Then we glass the planet right now and get the hell out of here.
We did. Now, when we did our scan, we found the locate. Did we find the location of the gateway?
Yes. No. Yes.
You found you found an area covered by a deflector that appeared to lead to some underground caverns.
I think we're just going to have to target that and send down a volley of quantum torpedoes as quickly as possible, as in now.
I mean, you can literally destroy half the continent if you want.
I'm happy with that.
I think we're going to set them to very concentrated. I mean, and target that, because it says it's a forest-covered continent, so it's going to burn.
How humid is it? How much does it rain? I mean, obviously, if you set half a continent on fire, you're going to probably create some new weather systems elsewhere. But for instance,
have we scanned for any kind of 3-foot-tall teddy bears?
Almost more of a reason to kill them. Those guys were vicious. Almost more of a reason.
It looked like a moon had crashed into this place at some point.
You remember what they did to all those humans? We need to kill those guys.
Excellent. Right. I've made up my mind. Anyone else want to chime in?
Nope, that's fine.
Beam a couple up, and then let's.
I think.
I don't even think we need to beam anyone up.
Let's blow a new crater in this little moon.
I think we need to act. Derek, you'd suggest that we act. You would believe that we need to act quickly. Let's act quickly. Mr. Varren, target those ruins.
Oh my God! This is
fire and send down some.
Do I even need to roll for this? Can I just Also, how many D6 is a quantum cannon
on it?
No. Also, I'm just out of curiosity. How many D6s would a quantum torpedo be?
Hang on, quantum. It's 4d6 vicious, but with calibration and high yield. High yield, I like the sound of.
Yeah, because I remember there was a story not too long ago in Alabama where a truck of dice actually overturned on the highway, and the headline was "Someone did 4,260,000 bits of damage," and I thought it was hilarious.
They did the math.
And 3 critical fails.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. Well, do you know what I mean with the weaponry on the Livingston? I'm not even going to bother getting you to roll for it because
Awesome.
you can just literally like obliterate the whole thing.
So we'll probably stick it in like what do you want to say, a 2-kilometer radius around that dome, and just everything underneath it straight to the core.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do that.
Well, that'd be 2 kilometers down. So if you're doing 2 kilometers, you're doing it spherical. So yeah, it'd be.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, let's do that.
If it's 2 kilometers across, it'd be 1 kilometer down, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Remembering how spheres work.
It's got something to hit. It's got something to resist. Briefly.
Yeah. But you can obliterate, a kilometer down if you're going 2 kilometers wide. If you want to go 4 kilometers wide, you'd go 2 kilometers down.
You know what? I'm just going to roll the dice, and that's going to be how many kilometers it is.
Okay.
Oh, 5. That works.
5.
That'll clear out those tunnels.
Okay. 2.5 down. And Davok, your scans show absolutely no life signs whatsoever, no structures. In fact,
have fun talking to Janeway about that.
Give me a reason and science check assisted by the ship sensors and science.
It was all
astrophysics coming.
No, it was not.
I rolled 2 12s, which are 2 successes.
Nice.
Excellent. And the ship?
Oh, what is it? Reason and
so
science?
I can work out how much you see.
Is it sensors and science?
Sensors and science, yeah.
That'd be 11 total. I'll throw one in. We got a 4.
Ooh, nice.
Excellent. So those 5 Romulans who are away from the structure, because they were a good distance, a good maybe 2.5 kilometers away. That's not me making that up. That's in the rule book.
1 second.
You figure you can see 3 of them are still alive, probably injured. Certainly the 3 that are alive are unconscious. And you are detecting no sign of the neural parasite activity in the 3 that are alive. And definitely not in the ones that are dead.
Yeah. I suggest we get them on board and give them some medical attention.
Yeah.
Good suggestion, Mr. Davok. Yes, let's beam those to a secure sick bay so Mr. Bosh can have a look at them.
So we didn't kill the 5?
We killed 2 of the 5.
And got rid of the parasite.
Can I just add another torpedo just randomly down that direction?
No.
Oh, wait, the parasites were killed, the hosts are alive, so that means we got the queen?
Yeah.
All right, good. Yeah, then bring them back.
We strongly suspect so. I want at least a couple of examples to hopefully hand back to the Romulans and show them how well we did, and also evidence for Admiral Janeway when I inevitably have to explain to her.
Can we bring them to Janeway on a leash? Sorry. Just, I felt like
that's a whole new After Dark episode of Voyager. That one.
That's a mirror universe one.
Janeway is still hot, even as Admiral, and like.
So you issue the order down to Sonia to do the beaming, and just after you issue that command, Davok, your sensor panel lights up. Incoming warp signatures.
Time to go.
There are 3 warps. No, there's 5. No, hang on. There's 7.
Captain, we need to get out of here.
there are 12 warp signatures coming in, and they're coming in hot. In addition to that, 8 neutrino signals surrounding the ship appear.
What are those?
8.
12 possibly Federation ships and 8 warbirds are just about to decloak.
Yeah, can we
Yeah,
walk out of here, please?
Indeed, 8 warbirds do appear surrounding the ship, and dropping out of warp are another 12 Dideridex warbirds. You are being hailed.
On screen.
The commander of a Dideridex warbird appears in front of you. Federation ship Livingston. You have violated the neutral zone. You have destroyed Romulan warbird, and you have committed eco-terrorism on a planet close to our borders. Surrender now, or prepare to die. And at that moment, everything stops, as if time stands still. There is a bright flash of light, and the 4 of you find yourself in a strange, unknown black void. There's nothing. You realise you're not even there. Physically, you can't see yourselves. You're only aware of each other's presence in a way that you can't really fathom. You can't see, you can't move, you can't speak. And yet you can see. You can see that...
Are we in New Jersey? What happened?
You can see that you're in this black area, and then materializing in front of you is a red satin chair. I would like you all to turn to StreamYard, please.
Oh.
Oh, this is exciting. Ooh.
I've just realised I need to add you all into this thingy that I'm doing. So bear with me 1 second, everybody. Oh, I just had a Bosh arriving. So let's... there we go, so we can see all your pretty faces. You are all in StreamYards, is that correct? Yes, you are.
Yes.
Fantastic. This is what you see before you.
That's enough of that, I think. I hate it when my favourite shows get cancelled too early. Oh, but I'm sorry. I should introduce myself. I'm Q. No, not that Q. I'm always being mistaken for him. You can call me... Q. Now then, I've been keeping half an eye on what you've been up to with those parasites. All very entertaining, I can assure you. I mean, Spotty here has been doing a tremendous job in lieu of Liara. She isn't any sleeping beauty, by the way. It's all been a bit of a ruse. But you'll find out. Maybe.
I'm just pausing it quickly. Someone's got their speakers on. Okay, because I'm hearing it back through.
Yeah, it's...
Okay. Right, we'll carry on with that.
And of course, the mighty Bosh. Smarter than your average Ferengi. We all know rule of acquisition 33. It never hurts to suck up to the boss. Well, just consider me the boss of the universe. Because I am. An ever-logical Davok. Still a lieutenant? You'll be giving Harry Kim a run for his money if you don't get promoted soon. You hear me, Wraal? I said... Oh, never mind. You'll fix...
Sorry, Ed, it's yourself. You're the one with the box highlighting.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I see what you mean.
Do you have headphones? Okay, you muted yourself. Cool. I'm assuming that's what that means. Brilliant.
Figure it out soon enough, no doubt. And of course, my reason for being here. Varren. The man with more secrets than anyone. Or have you now? I'm afraid I stopped watching for a short while the two brothers was on interventional cable. Have you told them you're a Terran from what you hilariously and completely incorrectly call your mirror universe yet? Not that you are a Terran. Exactly. But you are. Sort of. Anyway, I know how fragile your corporeal bodies are, and indecision can be a huge source of stress on them. You see, Captain... Oh, may I call you Captain? You see, Captain, Varren has been wrestling with a dilemma. As the ancient Earth philosophers, The Clash, postulated, should he stay or should he go? But I'll let him expand on that. Don't want to give away any spoilers for Season 2. And remember, Livingston, I'll be watching. So keep it entertaining. Enjoy!
Oh,
As you
shit!
find yourselves
Brilliant.
back on the bridge of the Livingston. But there are no warbirds filling the view screen, or indeed on the sensors. In fact, there is only one ship in front of the Livingston at the moment. It's a Defiant-class vessel. And as the designation comes up on your screen, Amy, or Davok rather, you get the designation NX 7035 ISS Livingston. And that is where we leave Season 1. Oh, my goodness.
Oh my god, it's so good.
That was fantastic.
Oh.
Wow.
That's why I wanted
my.
when you decided to sort of like blow the place up, I thought, if we can like keep pushing through to this end. Well
Yeah,
done.
worth it.
You have completed the first Star Beyond the Stars.
Yeah.
Very
guys.
well
Guys.
done. Very well
James-
done indeed.
James did a phenomenal job. That was amazing.
Yeah, worth
So,
it.
yeah, definitely. And as have all of you, I mean, wow. In the science station, Davok, Amy, absolutely brilliant. Quoting those rules of acquisition, of course. Matt, Usher, wow. Secrets out now. Secrets out. Absolutely brilliant. And of course, our acting captain, Eelin
Thought
Wraal.
for sure someone would get it just because his name's Varren. Terran. It's just...
Now,
Varren.
before we do any more dissecting, I would like you all to turn back to the StreamYards, please,
Okay.
because there is a word of congratulations to you all from another friend. So are you all there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're here.
Excellent. So here's a word from a friend.
Hello to the crew of the USS Livingstone. Or is it
What the
Livingston?
shit?
I think that, I'm not sure, but I think you guys might be, some of you in the UK, and I know that some names we pronounce a little differently over here in the United States than the UK, so I think it's Livingstone, but maybe Livingston. But anyway, congratulations on the completion of the first Star Trek RPG adventure by acting Captain Eelin Wraal. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, who was a Trill, played by Ed. Security Chief Lee Warren. Did we discover he's Terran? ? Played by Usher. Chief Medical Officer Bosh, who was Ferengi, played by Matt. And Science Officer Davok, who was a Vulcan, played by Amy. Apparently, The crew saved the galaxy from neural parasites, dealt with Romulans, Klingons, and Section 31. Congratulations. I've never played the Star Trek RPG game myself. I get to be in essentially a live RPG myself, being in the Star Trek universe. So when I play my RPG, I like to go into a world and universe that I don't get to play in very much. But I think down the road, when I'm no longer an actor in Star Trek, I think I would very much like to play a Star Trek RPG. I'm sure it's really fun. But I hope that it brought you much joy and connection. And congratulations, and I wish you all the very best. Oh, yeah, and live long and prosper.
Stu, how the fuck did you do that?
Oh, I have ways. There we go. So lovely Anthony Rapp there, who is absolutely brilliant. One of my favourite actors from Star Trek.
So good.
Does a beautiful job in Disco. Does an absolute phenomenal job.
It's had me in tears so many times watching it. Really, really has.
Well, this relationship arc
gosh.
is really sad.
Spoilers.
Well, I mean, good
Yeah.
and sorry. There's
No, yeah. Just
Disco
some
is
people-
super happy all the time. There's no issue.
And it gets worse as well. But yeah. So how we all fit. So I think probably what I would suggest is the next time, in a fortnight's time, rather than an episode game, we have a deconstruction of this adventure.
Debriefing.
Debrief. Yeah, while we decide how we want to progress, because we have completed that AP. That's done and dusted.
Wow.
We need to decide if we've seen the end of the Livingston or are moving on to other things, or what we want to do. We need to decide all that stuff. But yeah. But how are we all feeling right now?
Emotional. That was my
Actually,
my first ever role-playing game campaign. Or story.
Fantastic.
Yeah, like properly just blown away. I really want. Why is the next episode not on YouTube? I want to find out what's going on now.
I want to watch
Sure.
this.
That was really wild. I was not expecting James whatsoever.
No, I was
And Anthony, the other one was also like, is this person going to say my name? That's kind of fun. Like he said, everybody's.
And I'm so sorry you said Warren rather than Varren. That was
I don't care. He said Usher correctly.
we know who we meant. Yeah.
My head is spinning with possibilities with like a Q and alternate like mirror universe and like.
Yeah, like
I was never in any doubt about continuing playing, but now. Yes. When like now I don't actually have time to think about anything, but I.
Yeah, that was.
I thought I'd give you all a
unexpected.
cliffhanger.
yeah, ready for season 2.
Yeah, Jesus.
In fact,
If the network doesn't recommission us after this, then they're mad.
When I was working with James on that video, I said to him, I said, what I want us to do, I said, is make best of both worlds, cliffhanger look like crap.
That was quite good.
There we go. My goodness, yeah. It's so exciting. And thank you all so much for letting me GM this.
Yeah, man.
Thanks go all to you, Stu, for doing all of this for us. Thank you so much.
This whole thing was your idea.
Yeah,
no, it was
so good.
I remember getting an invite to something I'd agreed that sounded like a cool idea, like 2 months beforehand, and then I got an invite to some server, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, that's that game that we were talking about playing." And I was like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll play with Matt." Fuck.
But, it's been an absolute pleasure and delight, and I mean the biggest thing of all has been how all of you have just thrown yourselves into this so much, just absolutely. I often feel, as I think many sort of Trekkies do, a bit like a weirdo sometimes, kind of isolated, but the love that is coming from all you is absolutely fantastic. So thank you all.
Yeah. I mean, you guys put up with me being half drunk all the time and also not knowing anything.
My God, is that only half drunk? I'd hate to say.
You've been surprisingly sober this episode. It's been great.
Yeah. No, I'll put the.
That's him normally, but luckily that's his quantum torpedo finger.
Yeah.
I'll put both those videos on YouTube separately.
That'd be great.
And links into Discord, so you can easily access them both.
Yeah, because I gotta show Lisa that. She's gonna be like, "Wait, people actually watch you?" Like, not many. Not many.
At least 2 actual Star Trek actors know about us.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. That's it. So,
how much of your collection did you have to sell to get that video?
Not the fleet. Not all the fleet.
No.
The whole fleet.
I still have the fleet. I'm very, very pleased.
That should be like a.
Who's the second Star Trek actor?
That was Nicole de Boer, who gave Ed a birthday message.
Cool.
Look at that face. Look at that face.
I was very, very happy. Best birthday present ever.
Actually, Ed, no, I'll ask you off air. I was just going to ask you a question on air that I shouldn't. Yeah, no, I'll ask you a question off air about that. Absolutely. Yeah, and of course, massive thank you to everyone who's been joining us week after week. Ben's here, Captain Quinn's here, Micah's Free's here. Jaunty's dropped in to say hello as well at just the right time. So thank you, and everyone else who's been watching over the weeks.
That one's been kind of the most interesting part of this for me, is that people would sit down and watch us do this, because I just thought we were playing a game for us there for a little bit, and then there's like actual people that like, I don't know, it's cool. It's fun.
Know more about what we've done than we do.
Exactly.
Know the game better. Know the mechanics.
Oh my God! Yeah.
You're the 5th member of our party.
Yeah.
But definitely.
Isn't that me?
Now you're in charge. You're our adversary.
Much bigger for season 2. But obviously, when you think about that, there's one very important thing that comes to mind, and that's
I'm sure it does, Matt.
a rule of acquisition number 95.
Oh, shut up! I'm just gonna leave the Zoom.
You're not in
I'll just leave it
character.
now.
It's
Expand
over.
or die.
Yeah. On that bombshell, I think that's probably a really good place for us to leave this show this evening, and indeed this first season.
Very cool.
Do join us in a fortnight's time when we'll be looking back over this season and
figuring out what the hell we're doing
good
next
old
season.
Dissect of it.
Yeah.
Do join us for that. In the meantime, peace and long life. Live long and prosper, everyone.
These guys.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.